My name is Rikito Ichima. I'm the son of the CEO of Scott Company, and I work as the manager of the Material Organization Department.
Rikuto, here you go. This is the material I borrowed.
Great work, thank you. This one was Fuwako Shiragaru from the accounting department. Right now, I'm dating Fuwako.
Earlier over there, I heard people whispering and gossiping about you. It doesn't feel good.
Well, it doesn't bother me, so... The Material Organization Department where I work was a comparatively quiet department, and the work was simple. Because the son of the CEO was in that department, I had a bad reputation within the company, that I was a useless son that couldn't do any other work.
Even if you can't do the work, as long as you become the CEO in the future, then you win, Rikuto.
This isn't about winning or losing.
Well, you're the older brother. Of course you're gonna take the company, right?
Well, I don't know about that, but...
Come on, don't be so modest.
No matter what other people thought of me, I quite like this department. Because I could get my work done quietly without drawing any attention from people. Then, one day... Yes?
I'm creating a presentation for one of our clients, and there's some information that I wanted to look up. I heard that there's old paperwork being stored there, so...
This was Miss Kana Takahata from the sales department. She was highly rated for her serious work ethic, and the company had high hopes for her. However, from what I could see, she seems like the type to be too hard on herself, and I was a little bit worried about that. Miss Takahata? If I remember correctly, your client is Koi Koi Company, Labo Labo Company, and was it Renai Company?
Yes, that's correct.
And today, you're here to ask about Koi Koi Company, right?
How did you know that?
Because if you look at the history from previous clients, you can tell that the company that needs a presentation around this time would be Koi Koi Company.
That's amazing!
So, what's in the presentation that you're creating right now?
Oh, yes! I was thinking about presenting them with this plan, but with only this, it's weak, so I want to brush it up even more.
In that case, you'd probably use this material, and this material. And also, when it comes to this type of presentation, the person that has authority at Koi Koi Company is probably the manager, Mr. Yamada. So if you touch base with him first, it'll probably be easier to manage.
Really? Thank you so much!
Miss Takahata, you seem quite busy. Don't push yourself too much.
You just gave me a lot of information, so I think I'll be able to move forward efficiently without forcing myself too much. Thank you so much. But to be honest, I was really surprised.
What?
Mr. Rikuto, you know so much about all kinds of things.
I guess I have a reputation for not being able to do work, so...
No, that's not what I meant. Pardon me.
It's fine. If people rely on me like this, then I would be able to respond as best as I can. Although normally, I just have some work interactions with the related departments, and nobody really relies on me for much anyway.
If I have any questions again, can I come and discuss them with you?
Of course.
Thank you very much. Well then, if you'll excuse me for today...
By the way, there was a reason why I was being called Mr. Rikito by my first name in the company. That's because my little brother was in the same company. And of course, Do-Yao and I had the same last name. So in order to make things clear, naturally we started being called by first names. For the record, Do-Yao was the director of the sales department.
Isn't it hilarious that my older brother is a manager and I'm a director? Well, I guess work isn't always about age, but there's also skill, so that's unavoidable. Apparently, my brother was smart back in the day, but these days, there's no shadow of that anymore.
My little brother was like that, but my father, which meant the CEO of the company trusted me.
Rikoto, the organization of material is an important job, but I'd like for you to start thinking seriously about what we discussed.
Are you talking about becoming the vice president? In that case, I believe I already rejected the offer before.
Well, don't say that. After you gain some experience as the vice president, I'm thinking that I want you to take after this company.
But I'm not that type of person.
No, I know you can do it.
I can't accept that at all.
Doyao?
In the company, I have a much better reputation than my brother. I should be the one that takes after the company.
That should not be decided, simply based off rumors.
It wasn't long after we had that conversation when... Dad? My father's illness took a turn for the worse, and he suddenly passed away. My brother and I were drowning in sadness, but we were also overwhelmed with all the situations and people that we had to deal with. And before we knew it, days had passed. And then, when things finally calmed down a little bit, there was a meeting held to discuss what was going to happen to the company now.
My father may have discussed with you that he would like to make my brother the CEO, but that was nothing more than a little joke. It's not like he made that declaration officially on paper or anything. If you think about business performance, I believe that I am better suited to take over this company than my brother Rikuto. Can everybody who's in agreement please raise their hands?
I can understand why they would want to follow Doyao, who's full of confidence, instead of me, who looks unreliable. I'm sure everybody's thinking seriously about the future of the company. On a daily basis, everybody thought that I was useless at work, and I had a low reputation within the company. So there wasn't anybody on the board of directors that was against Doyao's suggestion. And just like that, Doyao took the seat as the next CEO of the company. But then... What? What do you mean you want to break up?
Because you weren't able to become the CEO, were you? I thought that you were going to become the CEO someday. That's why I proactively went after you and finally got you to date me, but if you're not going to be the CEO in the end, there's no point.
So that's the only reason why you were dating me?
What are you guys talking about?
Oh, Doyao. I was actually just saying farewell to Rikuto. So with this, you'll officially make me your girlfriend, right?
Alright, fine. You're so cute.
I see. You just jumped right over to Doyao.
Well, if I'm dating the baggage of the company, it's embarrassing for me too. So, I'm glad I was able to get rid of you.
That's true. My brother is the baggage of the company. It's the same whether he's here or he's not.
Ugh.
Now that I've taken the CEO seat and your girlfriend, it's hard for you to be in this company, isn't it? In that case, you're welcome to quit.
I knew there was no future for the company that was being bullheaded by Doyao. And after being treated this terribly, I had no desire to stay in the company. This is my resignation letter.
I feel kinda bad. It's almost like I'm pushing you out.
So, about the handover of my job.
Huh? Hand over? There's no need for that. It's not like you were doing any work that was important anyway.
That's what you think, and that's fine, but I emailed you a file with a summary of the contents. So if you need it, have a look at it.
Yeah, got it.
Well, I need to find a new job.
Mr. Rikuto!
Miss Takahata?
So you really are quitting the company?
Yeah, that's right.
But if you're not there, I don't know what to do. And I am also angry because you're actually so good at your job and you do so much, but everybody thinks that you're useless.
That's an over-evaluation, but thank you.
If it wouldn't be a bother to you, would it be okay if I exchanged contact informations with you?
What? Of course that's fine, but...
Really? Thank goodness. I was just sad if I'm not able to see you anymore after this.
On that weekend on Saturday, my phone rang just before noon, and when I answered it, it was actually from Miss Takahata.
Mr. Rikudo, are you eating properly? I was worried that maybe you might be depressed and you don't have an appetite. I knew it! You don't have an appetite! If you don't eat properly, it's not going to be good for your body!
No, I do have an appetite. It's just that I woke up a little while ago and haven't eaten yet.
Would it be okay if I come over there right now?
Huh? To my house?
If you wouldn't mind, I'll make food. I'm gonna make you gentle food that you can eat, even if you don't have an appetite.
Thank you. Felt bad putting down Miss Takahata's kind feelings when she was being so thoughtful. And plus, I was happy that she was worried about me. And so, I gratefully decided to accept her offer.
How is it?
It's really delicious.
I'm so glad. Oh, that reminds me. You for letting me talk to you about the work the other day and for your help. Thanks to you, the presentation went well, and we're able to increase the numbers of contract.
Well, that's good news.
I really want to discuss more things with you moving forward.
But I'm sure that someone like you can succeed even if I'm not there, Miss Takahata. After the weekend, the new company structure was officially in place, and the company started moving. Doya was the CEO, and Fuwako had become the CEO secretary. However...
Doya, there's a problem. You have to come!
What's the matter? Why are you panicking?
There are a lot of disasters happening all across the company.
Huh? Disasters?
Just hurry up and come!
What is this? All of the phones are ringing non-stop.
Another disaster? We are receiving complaints that apparently the formats that are regularly updating are still in the old format, or also we've received reports that paperwork hasn't been double-checked and that there are multiple mistakes in the material.
Obviously, that just means that somebody's not doing their job, right? Just tell the person in charge to do their job.
About that, apparently nobody has these responsibilities on a regular basis, so...
In that case, on the flip side, why weren't any problems occurring until now? Doesn't make sense that all of a sudden today there are so many disasters.
The moment Rikuto left, suddenly this happens.
The moment Rikuto left? That's true.
Oh, Doya, what's the matter?
After you left, suddenly there were a lot of problems popping up everywhere and the office is a disaster. Do you know anything about it?
Did you look at the file that I sent you over about the handover? I'm pretty sure I emailed it to you.
Handover? Oh yeah, that thing. Wait a minute. What? I'm looking at that email right now. There was this much handover?
That's right. In order to make sure that the company could function efficiently, I was doing what I could on my end. If you just look properly at that file, there shouldn't have been any problems. Well, I'm sure it's not too late, so just follow that file and you can try to deal with it.
Alright.
After Doya hung up, he rushed to follow the instructions in my handover file and deal with the issues. And apparently, the company commotion calmed down to a manageable degree. But then, soon after that, I got another phone call and...
Rikoto!
What do you want now?
There are a lot of clients that are saying that if you're not here, they want to terminate the contract with us. What on earth is going on?
What? Like which companies?
In total, there are 4 to 5 cases, and they're all major clients. The company names are...
Oh, that's because all of those clients are companies that I went and secured the contract for.
Huh? You did? But when? Seriously? The moment that you quit, there are disasters everywhere and it's exhausting.
If you want, do you want me to come back to the company?
No, it's fine. It's finally become my empire. And plus, if you can do it, then surely I can do it too. I'm not gonna use your help.
Before I could respond, Doyao hung up on me. Oh, hey, Doyao! I hope he's okay. It was that day at night that Miss Takahata came over saying she wanted to talk to me.
The whole company is in complete chaos right now. Is there anything that can be done?
After getting pushed out of the company, there's nothing I can really do about it anymore.
But the reasons why the company was going well until now was thanks to you, and yet nobody has realized that. And yet you were being treated so terribly. Didn't it even upset you? I really hated it.
It's fine. Ever since a certain time in my life, I became scared of attention from people.
Scared?
Yeah, to tell you the truth. I started to tell Miss Takahata about my past, and that was this. Ever since I was a little kid, I was faster than most at absorbing things, and I loved studying more than anything. I had good grades in school, and during recess in elementary school, I loved reading middle school textbooks and materials. However,
all that guy does is read books. He's so gross. Seriously, what goes on in that head?
I wasn't able to make conversation with my classmates, and they started treating me like I was a weirdo, and I stuck out. I became a loner in school and had a sad childhood without friends. When I got to middle school, I was finally able to start fresh with new people, and because I didn't want to be alone anymore, I maintained average grades. I just needed to match those around me and not stick out. That's all I ever thought about. When I became a working adult, it was the same. When it came to the tricks of the job, I was able to swallow them pretty quickly, but I didn't want to stand out in a weird way, so I pretended like I didn't know anything.
Rikudo, can I leave this to you?
I'm sorry, I don't really understand it.
Is that so? I guess it's still too hard for you.
But my dad had noticed that I was hiding my strengths. At work, there were times that I would come up with creative ideas, but I was too scared of being in the limelight. So I made the suggestions to major client companies through my father.
Thanks to the plan you came up with, looks like the contract is going to expand. Thank you.
Please, just tell everybody that you came up with it. But little by little, my father started introducing me to the clients as the person who developed the idea. And then, the CEOs of those companies all raved about my contributions. From there, in between my work as the manager of the material organization department, I started getting involved in important discussions with the clients. And because of all that, when my dad was still alive, he was trying to pull me into the seat of vice president. But I didn't want to stand out, so I kept denying the offer.
The experience that you had must have been really traumatizing.
But because my dad was so passionately inviting me into the role, recently, I was actually starting to mentally prepare myself a little bit. But then, that was when my father passed away. And now this. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm talking too much.
Not at all.
This is actually the first time I've ever spoken to anybody about this, but I'm glad that you were the one that listened, Miss Takahata. I feel like it helped me sort out my feelings a little bit.
I'm also happy that you opened up about such an important topic to me.
It didn't take long for the company to be on the verge of bankruptcy, and Doya was pushed to the edge. Without saying a word, he resigned from his position as CEO and disappeared. Of course, the company was a complete disaster, and a lot of the clients were also displeased. You don't have a CEO? Well, what about Mr. Rikoto? If he's going to come back, then we can also be confident. That's what you say, sir. After they heard the same agreement from major clients, the board of directors made moves. In the end, I came back to the company in an emergency as the CEO. I know that things are very difficult right now, but I'm going to do my absolute best.
What? That guy is gonna be the CEO?
But when someone like me, who was rumored to be completely useless, was going to be in a top position, it sent even more concern throughout the company. But at that time...
Everybody, let's please believe in Mr. Rikudo as the new CEO and all come together as one. You may not know this, but Mr. Rikudo was supporting this company from the shadows until now, and this time he's going to stand in the limelight for all of us, so we should all have even more faith.
Miss Takahata.
She's right. We just have to do it.
Miss Takahata rallying the employees came together as one, and under my guidance, one by one we cleared the problems. And then, when all the problems were solved and the company was finally steady again...
Hey, Rikoto, I heard the news that things are going well at the company again. In that case, I can come back for you.
Huh?
We can work together as brothers. I don't mind being the vice president.
After being so arrogant, but when the time came for it, you threw away the company and all the employees and ran away. I don't need an irresponsible idiot like that. Goodbye.
Hey, wait! Rikoto!
Doya had nowhere else to go, and so he was left with no choice but to look for a new job. However, his arrogant attitude was seeped into his bones, and I heard that he hasn't been able to pass any interviews, and he's struggling. As for Fuwako, she got tired of Doya, and they broke up, and she still is in this company as an employee, but...
You know, I used to date Rikudo before, and I bet he still likes me secretly. Hello? Are any of you listening?
Her painful personality of always bragging was disliked, and she became more and more isolated. Thanks to you, Miss Takahata, the company has been able to come together as one. Thank you.
I didn't do anything.
And plus, even when everybody thought that I was useless and couldn't do anything, you were the only one that believed in me. So, I was wondering if you would stay by my side from now on, at work, and in my personal life.
What?
Miss Takahata, will you give me the honor of dating you?
Yes!
After that, the company continues to develop bigger, and all the employees are also full of life more than ever before. And my relationship with Kana is also going well. You cooked for me that one time, and to thank you, I tried making this, but how is it?
How do I say this? It's only uphill from here.
So that means it's not good.
But you probably just hiding your real skills again, right?
No, I'm actually really bad at this.
You're so cute. Well then, I can teach you.
That's the first time anybody's ever called me cute for not being able to do something.
Oh, are you blushing? That's cute.
Thank you for watching all the way to the end. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. And don't forget to check out our other episodes too. According to my calculations, you are about to like and subscribe to our videos. Thank you for watching. See you next time.